guys I've learned from over the year and kind of put them together.
Yeah.
Stuff. So.
Yeah, I want to paint freer. You know, like what I mean.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
I'm thinking that way now too. When I'm driving around, you know, I see things more like you saw them.
Nice. I hear that a little bit sometimes. That
yeah,
they look at color a little bit different than start
yeah,
mixing it up in their heads and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I don't have that Venetian red. I got to get that.
Venetian red, if you have Indian red, or if you have
don't know.
Terra Rosa.
No, I'll get it.
Yeah. All right.
Sherry's catalog. I'll order it.
There you go. You know, I usually get the Georgian version of that one. Okay. That's like a pretty cheap. That's a low grade paint.
Mm-hmm.
But Venetian is so strong that it just takes over. So being a weaker paint in that helps out a little bit.
Yeah.
In that, so it doesn't make my more expensive paints go weird on me.
I like the gambling stuff because it doesn't have an odor. That's why I got that.
Gambling is very good. Great paint. Very great paint.
Because it doesn't smell, you know.
Yeah. Well, most of my paints don't smell. Most of the things you'll find out is the reason they stink or smell and stuff is mostly the linseed oil in them and stuff. So that's why they smell.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of companies like Rembrandt and a few others have been getting rid of linseed oil, and they're using safflower oil as their binder for their paints and oils, and for their oil and their paints. So that works and stuff. And that's what I use basically for my my medium and stuff, is that safflower oil. That helps do a lot of things and stuff.
Yeah.
I'd add the jewel.
Years ago when it was
Remember
decent, I was able to my paint, it had no effect. It was working fine. Then all of a sudden, one day the oils changed. They did something to it, and all of a sudden they wouldn't dry. The paints wouldn't dry. They used a different kind of oil in the.
You know what? Sometimes things happen like that. It's surprising. They do one little thing different, and then it's not the same. It's like I used to use mascara, Maybelline, for 10 years when I was young, and sudden one day my eyes started getting so bad, my lids and everything, and I had a problem, and they told me it was because of my mascara. They changed the ingredient.
Yeah, formulation there.
Yeah,
it probably did. That kind of stuff happens probably all the time.
Yeah, it does. I was thinking, a cat, and I was thinking, well, I'm not too fond of cats. I mean, they're okay, they come and go. But when I saw that cat, it was so darn cute.
Yeah. Hey, Lisa.
Hi, Jim. Hi, everybody who's here.
Hi.
I'm still getting organized.
That's all right. We're all organizing stuff right now. Just making sure. Yeah, Lynn's not going to be here tonight, so it's all us.
You don't want to paint the cat?
I don't think she could. Yeah, I think she got work. She had work. Oh, she had some church stuff going on, so she couldn't do it. So, anyway.
How could she have anything in church? They won't let us come to church.
She was going to do one of these meetings over the internet stuff. A Zoom meeting again. Yeah. So anyway, so yeah, you guys see what we're going to be painting tonight. Working on this cat and stuff. This barn cat. I got it from some friends. I had paint my photo again and stuff. Artist reference thing. Yeah. Every once in a while, I'll just get on it for the heck of it. I got some time, and I'll put in some goofy goofy word or something and just do a search and just see what images come up and see if anything, there's something strange I'd like to paint. And I just put animals in there this time because this is a Thursday night animal class. And I go, well, let's see if there's anything goofy out there, animals that I haven't thought of, and see if anything good comes up. And you know, I don't know, about page 50 or so, this one came up, and I go, well, that's really interesting. I like the pose. I like the barnwood. It was very interesting.
And I like the cat. I mean, that's a pretty cat.
Yeah, it's a cat, and it has nice, beautiful rim lighting on it, going around it and stuff. And you know, and the wood seems, you know, fairly doable, pretty quick. I think we can do that pretty quick with a nice bristle brush. We could be able to do the background. The background's not gonna, we don't have to even do all the background tonight. I mean, you can think, but I can give you the, you know, the basics of how to do it and stuff. And we'll work on the cat mostly, I think. So let me, there you go. You guys see this? Pretty good?
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Nice image.
Well, there's not much, you know, this beautiful little edge here, this of the barnwood, the barn right there. That's really like what I like. I mean, that's just the way that it's going up at an angle like that, and then you got this other crazy angle over here, you know, and the way the slats are back here. Very interesting. Hopefully, you know, we won't have to tone that down in the painting, but sometimes you have to, just because of it just doesn't read right and stuff. But we're gonna go with it. Let's go with it for now, and then we can always fix it. At least it's oil. The rim light, like I was saying, around that goes around him and stuff, kind of reminds me of that horse we did last week. You know, it had some nice rim light. Rim light's always an interesting paint, a way to paint and stuff, to have that play with and stuff. I really enjoy painting that. Probably the toughest thing I'm thinking about this cat, I think, is of course the little tiger stripes, the dark tiger stripes in here. You know, those guys, you know, and if you're not painting like super realistic and stuff, you gotta, you know, they're just a little touchy to do and stuff. But I think we'll be all right. I've done them before, so we'll be fine. Anything else you guys see in this? You guys are interested?
Is there a lot of dry brush?
Dry brush. I would say, yeah. Well,
Not getting too textured?
you know, that would be great on this kind of stuff, the wood and stuff at the end. You know, that could be, you know, when it dries out. And even if you had, you know, if you had to put these guys in, some of these better were stripes in the cat, you can always do that at the end too if you had to. Stuff, I mean, but we'll see. We'll see. Hi, Andrea. I think it was Andrea, right?
Yep. I haven't changed my name.
No, okay. All right, I'm gonna go over to this other camera here. Let me see if looks like it turned off on me. I gotta turn it back on. And we'll start mixing some paints.
If a person doesn't have Venetian red,
You're in trouble then. Life
could
is
you
over.
substitute it for like crimson? No. Or alizarin?
Venetian red. You guys want to meet you guys? This is my Monet. He's come to watch today. I got him on here, and this guy named Bob.
Oh,
Gee.
Christmas, and my daughter gave him to me for Christmas. She goes, "Why don't you put him down on your palette?" And I go, "Okay, what the heck? Something goofy."
That's funny.
Anyway,
is he the mighty white?
I think that's Alexander, the guy who right before him did that. He used that mighty white. So we're gonna go through the paint again, if you want.
Yeah.
I'm bringing out a brand new tube of Melba white. All my white's gone. It's all kind of dirty here. Put in some white. I got some bleach white here, unbleached white, which, you know, it can be, I think I said burn umber and white probably make that same color. Then my cad yellow there coming up. That's almost gone from the last painting. So let's put some more new one out. Cad red next to it, which is pretty good. Cad orange. This is ochre, yellow ochre. Some lizard crimson. This is Venetian red. Cobalt blue hue, which is my Utrecht color. The hue again. Put some more out. Nice to have big tubes. You don't even worry about putting it out. Also, I got my burnt sienna next here. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, that'll be good. That's so good. Then there's burnt umber. I got some phthalo green and some Prussian blue. And these are just some colors left over, greens and stuff that are left over from piles of yesterday's paint or Monday night's paint. We painted over that waterfall.
Is your palette glass?
Yeah.
Did you paint the bottom?
I painted it. Yeah, I painted it an off-white, kind of a grayish white, and yeah, it had it for quite a few years here now. And let me see about turning this just a little bit more. Look like it's settled just a little. There we go. Okay. So let's look at the colors on this guy again. I think about it as like an overall color again. We could go with, it has a little red into it and it has a little blue into it. It has a little, it's very kind of a purple, kind of gray and stuff to it. I keep going, you know, I always use Venetian white, Venetian and blue for everything. So I'm trying, maybe, I think I'm gonna use Venetian and blue for the background, but the cat itself and the darks and stuff here, I think I'm gonna go use cad red and blue. Be a little different. Cad red and blue, maybe a little Venetian, or not Venetian, alizarin crimson and blue in the tail. You see about using that here and there too. All right, so bring up my big knife and let's start mixing up some colors. I'm going to start with the darks again. And I said the last one I just said was alizarin crimson and blue. So I'm just going to put that together here. That makes really kind of a dark purple, as you can tell. See. Then I'm going to go with my main color, some of my main colors for this cat. And I'm going to go with a cad red and blue. I mean, my cad red is a good professional red, and it has a lot of good tinting power. Stuff. It can take on this blue, dark blue, pretty easily and overpower it. So usually I have to make two versions of that, just where I can have one on the blue side, a cool side, and then have a dark side. So just a little bit of red in this one. Keep this one being more blue. Because I'll be able to steal from this pile to tint up some of these grays in this cat. So this is going to go, some of these guys are going to be going in the tail, starting the tail. And then some of these are going to be some stripes, and then I'll just tone them down. These colors here will probably also come in for some of the crevices and the wood and stuff too. I did say I'm gonna make a pretty good pile of this one, the Venetian and blue. And then I'm gonna take some of that pile and start using it for the background. So let's start with a big overall pile I can borrow from. I'm just gonna take half of that, stick it over here because I'll be able to use it for midtones and some other things just by adding some whites to it. As you can see, if you can even by thinning it out, you can start seeing it, how it's gonna fit in this guy easily. One of the other colors I want to make up 2 more dark colors. With one with my burnt sienna in blue. You guys able to keep up?
No.
Yes.
See, I got a yes. Come
Yes.
on, Carol. Come on, Carol, catch up.
Yeah, I will. As soon as I open my page, no, I'm just.
Carol.
Yes,
Anyway.
you should. I harass you. No, it's the opposite. You harass me.
Usually I come back pretty quick. All right, I just did a burnt sienna and blue mix. Did some darks. And I also did a burnt umber and blue mix. I'm going to try both these 2. I'm thinking the burnt umber and blue mix, if I cut it with just a little bit of, if I cut this one just with a little bit of white, I can start thinking about these grays in this cat. Yeah. Right about in here already. Got lucky right off the bat. That's burnt umber and blue. And this is going to be burnt sienna and blue. And it has just a touch more red into it. So I'm going to try to get it about the same value as that. You can't really, that one just a little bit warmer than this gray. This is a kind of a cool gray. This is kind of ends up being a warmer gray, which you'll probably really find in this cat, in the main fur and the main body. But these 2 going together, what I would do is I really like this burnt umber and blue with just a little bit of white. I would make sure I have at least 1 pile of it where the blue's just a little bit stronger, where I can get some kind of cools in there. Because I can see those in just a little bit in the shadow and stuff, in the grays. So that little pile there, and all these piles put together will probably make up a lot of this stuff. In here also, I can start while I'm here. Let's look at these some of these oranges and stuff. I'm gonna go with one of my favorite oranges, like 2 of my favorite oranges. One of them is alizarin crimson and yellow. Make up an orange. It makes this really nice burnt orange. And looking at it, mixed with these grays and stuff, just a little bit of the gray into them, probably settle it down. And then maybe just add just a little more yellow to it for some lighter areas. That's one of my really favorite oranges. My other one is just really a simple burnt sienna and yellow. And that one I know is probably going to be the right one for this cat. You'll go be the right one right off the bat. I know it's a little more yellow than that one. That one's just a touch red. So I know this is, but it's good to have a little bit of variety in a single color, even when you're just doing red or being able to have this. I find this, especially when I do horses and stuff, because they're a lot of fun. They have so many muscles, and just to be able to bend the color around to make it, simulate a muscle and stuff. It's nice to have a couple variety of colors, just where you don't overdo one color too much and just look like you didn't try hard enough, maybe. So I'm just going to cut the rest of this leftover burnt sienna and yellow here. Just cut it with a little bit of white, just to throw it in. Just wasn't much left. See what it does. Thinking it could go in the ear a little bit. Just a little cad red in there. It'd probably go right into the ear. Maybe. Or it could go down in the belly. All right. Since I got these yellows and stuff, let's go right to the whites on the cat. Right here, the whites and stuff. We've got some cool ones right up here where it's meeting the darker fur. You can just see there's a little bit of blue tinge to it and then into the paws here. But then the rest of this skin fur has basically is warm. So let's start with that warm. It's where we got it going and stuff. We've still got a bunch of orange here left along brown. And I think a big pile of that is going to get me into this area here. Just maybe a little bit of ochre in here. So this color here I'm making is basically white, but it has a little burnt sienna in it left over from when I made it here, and yellow. And I just added white to it, and now I just added some ochre to it, trying to get it into this color, which is pretty close, pretty doggone close. But I'm going to go one more thing and just add just a little burnt umber to it, because I think it needs to be a little greener. It's just a little bit too bright. Yeah, get it, bring it in. Okay. That tones it down. Brought it back a little bit. There we go. That'll get me into there a lot better. And then I can use this probably with a few other mixes of reds and stuff, but this would be a nice overall color, maybe of just a little bit of be just some cad red, cad yellow, red, orange, and white. Let's see if I can get that in there. As you can tell, it's way too cool for anything in this guy. It's not going to fit. Oh, I'm going to put some ochre into it then. Just get some richness here. And say, start thinking about it underneath his chin and stuff like that. It's a nice, rich, kind of a overall overdone orange. See here. Okay. Now to counteract this, I need a cool color that is exact same, pretty much same value. So let me just feel over here. This is the blue and some cad orange or cad red and white. I got some orange in here, so and I'm thinking about this going around, going up and around those shoulders, the shoulder up here. I don't know if you guys can see it, going up around in the shoulder and in the back and stuff, coming around. So it'll be a nice cool there, and I'll probably make up a couple other ones, just to have some purples and stuff. Sometimes you just feel it, especially in the shadows and stuff, or in the middle of a highlight, you want to just throw an oddball color in there. But if I can get it to work on my palette like this, I can get it to work on my up there. If I can find this, purple here, just because I put a little orange from here into it. I can get that into any of these grays now. And it might be even funner to use this in my grays than just using those. So that's the thing, it's just keeping your eye out. And then the background, okay? I put it over here already. I'm just going to cut it with some white. This is just Venetian blue, Venetian and cobalt blue hue here, and it makes this beautiful solid gray. Yeah, it's not exact yet, but it is in the temperature vein, and it can be changed very quickly and very easily to warm it up or cool it down just by adding red or a yellow or even a burnt umber or burnt sienna to it. An ochre will probably take it right to this green up here above the cap. Let's see what that works. So just take a look. You only need a couple brush strokes for that. Let's try some ochre into that. We'll probably green it out. And see how close it is to this guy. It just hasn't really changed. But I can get it up into this army colors stuff up here behind him very easily. I also see reds and some pinks and stuff up back there. So just by that, I'm just gonna go just add a little Venetian, more Venetian to it. Just go back up there. That's just gonna take a little more white. So it's all building off of colors and stuff. Colors you made and stuff. You're not like trying to recreate each color in this thing. You just try to harmonize them by using one color and just seeing how far you can take it by changing it by adding other little pieces of color to it. And it just becomes a nice recipe after a while. I'm going to need a little bit of this and a little bit of lighter one. And I haven't used any of that bleach white at all, which is okay. Just out on the palette. This could go just a touch lighter, touch bluer. Let's go a touch lighter. This is I'm looking for in this area here. Probably touch bluer too. So I'll save some of that. Just put a little blue into it. That richness up. Start using it in there. Just cut it. There you go. Now work in there. Okay. So these colors right here are basically for the back of this background for the cat and stuff. The front one is basically the same colors, just a lot less white, more color. But I'm going to go, instead of using just, I'm going to go more with the CAD red and blue. I'm going to steal it from my pile over here. So it's just CAD red and blue together, and it makes this kind of a nice, strong purple. But if I cut it again with just a little ochre, graze it out, might have to darken it in, but it's going to be the basic tone you can use for all these. So basically, I got to do the same steps I did here, but this is just like to make it come forward towards us. This area here, it needs to be darker. I mean, it has to have more contrast in it. So we're going to use a little bit of this, and I'm going to add a little more red to it. Take a pile and add just a little more red to it. Too much. I'm gonna add got a little red, so I'm gonna use a little phthalo into that red. Gray it out, gray that red right out. Just use the opposite color whenever I use a group need it. And there you go. See, I can use it right there. This color here will go right down that board, right underneath his back front paw. There's a dark board, or the tops of the board. So that's a nice one to know. That was a really good color. I'm gonna go back and make another pile. That's some blue. It has some little cad red into it. And over went cad red, so I put some phthalo into it and made it. That's a nice, rich, dark. It's kind of a green yet. If I add a little bit of white to it, just a touch. Get it in here, okay. Just a little green. So let's add just a little more red to it. It's on the red side. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to have just a little more darks just here and there to be able to use. And then whatever I have on my knife, I'm just going to put some, hey, let's use some bleached white. Let's see what color we got here. That's a nice green. Don't know where it doesn't really fit anywhere. Probably fits more on top. Fits with these guys. And it does down here. Okay. So let's take this guy, blue him out a little bit and then white him out. And he'll be the basics for most of these boards back here. All right, everybody set?
Yep.
Wow, that was good. You're good. You get this. You understand it. Understand it all, don't you?
Yep.
You got Brody there doing cheat sheets for you, don't you?
Yep.
I figured. Okay, this color here is a nice one too. This is just burnt sienna and blue, or burnt sienna, yeah, burnt sienna and blue, mixed in with just a little bit of phthalo. Getting this nice little barnwood color here. So that's pretty much the colors for this guy. So I don't. I think I can go back and start drawing him in. I think I'm going to draw him in with just be a little bit goofy. I haven't done this in a while, so I'm going to use just some Venetian red to put underneath and do my basic underpainting real quick. Sketch it out, wipe it out, stuff. So I'll be going back over my other wipe out. Okay. Make me host again. There we go. I'm back. Now the excitement begins. Oil. Oil. So, Lisa, you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why do you, when I consider this painting, I would have looked at toning the canvas blue.
Blue?
Is that just not, you go for the warm color? Is there a reason?
Blue, I didn't, blue could work. I just usually don't use, I usually stay more with the real simple, natural earth colors and stuff.
Okay.
No, blue probably blue to fine. Just give it a different tint and stuff.
Just curious.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting. But I kind of already had this in my head.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I practiced this one probably 10 times already today. So, you know how that is. So let's just get rid of the white. Just start start putting in these colors here. Doesn't take much. I just want to do some of the drawing. Just get rid of some of this white in the background. Very simple. So not to ruin the cat. More darks up front here. Yeah, I like the way this fence is just broken off the way it is. That's the way they are so much. Andrew, you painting with us today?
Trying.
Good. Thanks. Checking in. All right. I don't know if I'll use work like that or what. Just tone that in. You never know with some of this toning and stuff. If you do it right, you can let it. You can let it be part of the painting and stuff. You don't have to paint everything. So that's why I'm trying to get rid of just a little bit more here. All right. I'm just gonna sketch in the cat. And I do have it. I think it's gonna be. I really like this angle. I guess this probably what drove me to even do this one. This angle of this little piece of fence. Yeah. Right here it tells me that okay, the cat's butt's right here, comes in, has to go there. His nose kind of ends with right about here. Which is good. Maybe bring it back. And paw's going to end up there. Shoulder goes right above him. Chest still comes out from that a little bit. There. This right here above his neck. His shoulder into his neck here. Just a nice little ease. And the simple thing here. Distance between ear, head, just right about there. Big ear. That little hump here, too much, too much. Okay. I have to get around in front of it for a second, get the drawing right. I like the way his paw is really kind of, you know, in the back one's kind of you can just feel a little bit of grip in that back one here. One thing that kind of concerns me though is I don't really see like usually don't get a sense of this back leg coming out and stuff. So I might have to cheat that a little bit. The tail. Yeah, maybe it's just, you know, finish up the back leg here. Just things you always think about. I just like, okay, there's got to be something in this painting that throws me off. There's no just go for it and it's done and it's perfect. It's always got to battle somewhere. So that's where I was thinking.
Okay,
Okay, you got that?
got that.
Workings.
Like a triangle after that first front paw, front arm, front leg of
Right
his,
here?
the backside. Yeah, it's kind of like a triangle shape.
There is this one right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking, you know, looking at our cats and stuff, my daughter has her cat here, and just feels like this doesn't feel like big enough, but maybe it's the way it's kicking out or something, but
Oh, he's ready to launch.
yeah, he's ready to launch. He really sees something, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's concentrating.
Yeah. So, okay. Just get a few patch ideas here going, knowing that this area here is probably going to catch a lot of light. I don't think I did a highlight. Oh, I did highlights, but nothing. We're going to have to really probably push these highlights when we get to them. You know, I don't think I really made a strong enough one here, but I think there's enough, a couple of colors here in the palette. You just cut them high enough with white and stuff. I think it'll be fine. Clean up some of this drawing here. I thought it was going. Okay. Let's get that face just right. Still a young cat. Seems like, feels like its face is young. But I would say it knows what it's doing. It's the size of it. That piece of cheek in here. It's just a little muscle. Oh, 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 wrong spot. My mouth's going to be right about here. And there's just another ear back in there. How does that feel? It feels pretty close enough. Good enough to get going on. I want to, we'll fix it up. Looks like a bat. I did a bat. That ear back, too much forward, too forward. Yeah, better. A lot of things have changed when I start putting color now. So I like the way I paint his painting shapes and stuff. So a lot of these things just don't make sense until the shape's totally in there, right? It almost looks like he's wearing, like, you know, gloves right here. The way he's cut right at that elbow, its elbow, and over to the inside here to the bend.
Mittens.
The mittens, this comes down just like that perfectly. It's like, oh, that's going to be a goofy one to do. I know it is. I painted horses, palominos and pintos and stuff, and boy, just getting the markings to work together, because it can be so strange the way they patch together. I'm gonna probably put this up here. I don't think I'll have to paint the background for a while. I'll move it later. I think we're just gonna work on the cat itself for a while. Do the main thing, because I don't think you know, I don't want to do too much work on the background. I think the background I'm going to just use a big strong bristle brush and use that and let the bristles do all the work, especially when I do this stuff. I think just the strength of those bristles will make a difference. So let's get get some color on this guy and see how we doing. See if I drew anything right. Yes. Wipe out a little more here. Oh, it's feeling better. It's feeling better. Just this, I know this is off. Got a lot more turn to it. A lot of times, fix turns and stuff like that in just with color at the end. Figure out toes go and a little bit of tail. All right. I'm going to start with my big brush, little oil, go with my darkest dark, which is right here. And I see, like I said, I was going to go with a little bit of purple. I was going to go with the alizarin, crimson, and blue. And that was just for the spot of his tail. Start there and work it back down. And work it around. Just bring it in. I'm just going to go in with some little blue, burnt umber and blue here too into it, right on the front end of it. Bless you.
Thank you.
I'll put in this cup. There's a hole here. Put that in real quick too. Try to get a little more red into it. A little more Venetian into these holes. So I got some of this dark. I'm just put in this one plank. Since my brush just has this kind of dark on, I'm just gonna go against what I would normally do. Just put a little bit of this stuff in and work it up in here. This is that alizarin crimson and phthalo. This is, you know, crimson is it's a strong color, and to have it phthalo is such a strong color, and have the two fight it out like this, you get this really kind of interesting gray, and it just, boy, it's about perfect for this barnwood type feel without doing too much work. Where it goes, I think it. Sometimes just the stroke I'm doing right now. That's why I was thinking about this being a bristle brush. It ended up being, I'm just gonna throw it in here with a regular synthetic I have on my hand right now. And then I'll go right to the cat. Because I'm going to the grays, I just wanna. You okay? Who's that? Who's home?
You hear me breathing?
Was that you breathing, exhaling?
That was me.
Usually that's oh, I'm in trouble. So, just not going to do too much there. Hey, somebody's snoring now. I can hear that. I heard that.
Who's snoring?
Somebody's snoring on me
I
already.
don't have time to
You
snore.
guys. Yeah. Maybe I should have done an afternoon class. Everybody would have stay. So Lisa, how are you doing? I mean, I didn't get to see you on Monday night, and
I know I saved it
You're
for thing.
and we figured you might have got called into work or something.
You know, I volunteered through that website, but
Yeah.
no, I haven't heard from anybody.
Oh, they didn't need you? Yeah.
Evidently not yet.
Okay.
I think it's
Good.
pretty, it's very busy, but it's under control from what my
Okay.
buddy told me. So that's good.
For now, good to hear.
Yeah, they're full.
Yeah. Which hospital is it usually?
It's UIC on Paulina and Taylor.
Oh, way down there, yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
UIC. Well, that's a good hospital.
It is a good hospital.
Yeah. You worked there for how many years?
Since 1983. So it was at
Wow.
44 years before I retired.
Wow. All right, too much work there. But that gets the basic feel of that up there real quick, without doing too much work. Now let's just, get in here and do the cat. Now that's going to be, I'm going to start off with my burnt sienna and grays and stuff. And see how that works in here. Just pull it into the tail here. Yeah, that'll work. Use a couple different things. I could use a little bit darker here, right here. And that gray. So I'm just not going to worry about, just like doing trees or anything else. Don't think about this. Don't think about these little stripes. Paint the overall thing, and then we'll paint the stripes back in. They'll go in so natural and so easy that you're wasting your time to do it any other way. I mean, yeah, Lisa, that's how you're doing it, isn't it? Though?
I stopped.
I knew as soon as I said that.
You've already got my number. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Somebody, who would do that? Oh, Lisa. But that's okay, Lisa. You turn out some great paintings, I must say. I'm so impressed.
I should finish some of them. I never get them done.
Well, got a lot, it's tough. I mean, that's all I ever do is just paint.
It's not any excuse.
Okay. Well, you do have things. You do have a life. I don't have a life. No. Okay. See, I don't even think I went dark enough here yet. I'm going to go back in with some of my barn wood here I used for this back end here and just darken it up just a couple more degrees around where that and into where that orange goes and stuff. Let's get that just a little bit darker. I can always lighten it up with a couple strokes, but I just think maybe even that shoulder here, I did darken it in, but I think this back end here could go a little bit darker right in there. And then up top, it starts to heat up. I'm going to put a little cat red into that, my dark, right in here, this edge, right in here, right in the neck and stuff, where it then turns goes to orange. So I'm going to use just a little Venetian, maybe just a little cad red. Venetian and cad red work really good when they mix in the darks and stuff. But sometimes the cad red, you'll end up using it almost as a pure sometimes, right here in the very edges of the dark when it goes to light and stuff. I always find it, right about in here. I'll hit it with a really brighter, almost pure Cad red. So now my brush has a little cad red into it and stuff, and I can just keep going with that and work my ways into the oranges. So there is method to this madness. You know, finding how to get that in there. And this is gonna so much fun. This is gonna be. I love this cat. I don't know why. I just like the way the perch of them and everything. Just really great. Dark red in here already. Get in here and start put it in a little into his face here. I say I like it. Let me see, not mess it up, right? See, basically, I'm just matching shapes. All I think about is matching shapes. A little off. Could be a little warmer. Steal some yellow. Make it a little greener. Oh, that's nice. I like that. So I just put some of that burnt umber or burnt sienna in blue and white, like the kind of gray, and I just added just a little bit of cad orange into it. Did kind of a nice kind of olivey green. That's going to be really kind of interesting on this cat. Some oranges and some greens going in. Here. Just I'm just going to put his ear in for now. Put it in a little bit. It's a little bit too cool, but that's all right. So my darks are bringing some of my oranges in, and we're done. Okay, I'll see you guys next week.
No.
You guys didn't pay attention. I got James falling asleep on me, switching. I can hear her changing channels on me. Her and Brody out there.
I'm glued to you.
Hey, how was the moon last night?
Oh, it was beautiful.
Did you guys could see it?
Yeah, but my camera doesn't take good moon shots.
Yeah, well, that's not what the neighbor said.
Oh.
Not moon shots.
Yeah.
Funny. I was trying to be funny. Didn't work. Went boom.
Yeah, I get it.
Balloon. Lead balloon.
That was funny.
Okay. Some people. Okay. There's a big white area here, so just putting a few of these oranges in here.
Do they have a moon in Chicago?
You know, what was last night?
Well, it was 2 nights ago. It was full moon.
Yeah. Some people I saw some really red moons and stuff.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. I don't think we saw that here. No one else is beaming in, so I guess no one else saw it
I
either.
can't remember. I think
They call it
either.
the pink moon, but it's not really the color of the moon. It's
Yeah.
because the phlox flowers are pink and they bloom in April. So they call it the pink moon. That's why they call it the pink moon.
Because of the flowers?
Uh-huh.
Really?
Yep. Google it. Yeah, the color of the moon is not
right
pink.
now? If I was my kids, I'd be Googling it right now. It'd be so
She's
quick.
right. I read the same thing.
Yeah?
See,
All right.
The gardeners know.
Gardeners know.
Yep.
All right. So even in these grays here, when I'm start putting them in here, I start off with that one basic gray, the burn umber and blue on this. Nope. Yeah, that's it. Burn umber and blue and white and stuff on this gray, kind of a blue gray here. Now I'm just I added just a little bit of these oranges into it. And now I'm just going to take it around and feed it around here a little bit more. Yeah, I'm really sorry there, Jane, that you missed up on Monday. Anya, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know what
Oh
happened.
no, I don't know. I mean, we got okay today.
Yeah, I don't know. I
That
tried
was
for half an hour trying to get on.
yeah. I'm sorry.
Too, don't worry about
You
it.
know, and it was
Oh.
probably the best one ever. You know.
Yeah.
No. Did you get to see it? I think did I put it up yet or not?
Yeah, I did. I watched the whole video.
Okay.
Yep. Will you have this one on video?
Yeah. I should. Okay. See how I'm trying to just build up the colors here and stuff. Now I'm going to go back, start putting in. I'll go back and start putting in some whites and stuff, and some cools in here. I'm going to talk about that one right over here on his shoulder here, and that mixes in and stuff. I'll be able to find this one all over in him. It's a nice one, right? It's a nice color to transition into the darks from the fur here on the stuff. So I'm going to use it, put it in first.
First.
That was a good one. You caught it. Even just put a hint of that leg back in here. Just see if I can get one stroke in here. Not try to touch the tail too much more. I like the tail the way it is already. That's what I feel good about. Let's put in some grays right next to that tail so I don't touch too much more.
I like the fence. I like the board that he's on.
This, yeah. I didn't do anything.
It's perfect.
It's really long, simple stroke so far. And just building them up, from dark to light. It'll really get nice when I put in these oranges in here. And I have the orange. I mean, it's basically this cat. I mean, I can get away with it just because it's going to mix with these darks so much. It should be a pretty easy match. So you guys are all about this spot right here, right? Probably some people way ahead of me.
Oh, yeah, really.
No. I'm not gonna worry about that. So go right into it. I got one more orange here I didn't make up. Don't know why, I just didn't make that color up. Anyway, let me get some of this pink in his nose. I'm just going to use a little cad red and just a little bit of fur color I mixed up for these nose spots here. Just give it a little bit of here and there. Trying to keep the front edge of the nose. Then I'm going to start working on the fur. I'm going to finish up putting in a little bit more blue right here in the corners. Thinking about that eye. Thinking about it. You okay? Somebody's moving again. Okay. So Jane, those waterfalls you sent me,
Yeah.
stuff, we can use those, or I got to contact that guy?
Oh,
You know him?
no, you can use them.
You know the guy?
No, but he's local and he doesn't care.
Okay.
I won't tell him anyway. No, he doesn't care. He's real proud of people getting there. Yeah, they were good ones.
Yeah, he had some really nice ones. Stuff I would have used them, but I wasn't sure if, you know.
Oh, no
And
problem.
anyway, those were from some shots I took anyway this summer or last summer. So I wanted to get back to it.
Yeah, that was a good one you did. Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
That one I sent you that I said is my favorite waterfall. It's close to my house here.
Yeah.
What about that one?
We could do it. We could work on one like that.
I would love that because I go there all the time and
You want that? Okay.
it's beautiful there.
We'll work it in. We'll work it in.
Yeah.
You know, it's on a Monday night. We'll figure it out.
Great.
Most of these guys here are Monday nighters too, and so they're pretty easy going bunch.
Okay.
So. Okay, I'm gonna get this underneath. Getting these oranges in, these late value oranges in underneath first. I'm working my way to the lighter colors, even lighter than this orange. There's a little bit of a brighter orange right in here. Coming along quick.
Looks good.
Probably gonna have to muddy up a couple colors here. I got a little bit too much. There. Bring it around here. Working towards my lighter. This isn't probably much the latest one I think I made. I think I'm gonna have to go with make up another one. I'm gonna have to get this hair from back behind its elbow. Out here a little bit. Just an orange ear right up here. That is pretty good. I did get that. I want to get it right in there. Right in here where it goes. Coming up. Warm that up a little bit. That's looking good. I like that. Then it gets just a little pink ear right near the nose. Which is a little more cat in that. Ooh, where'd that come from? I think I can use it right in here. Pinky little layer.
How's your puppy doing?
I was just petting him. Did you hear me?
Oh,
Oh, my guy,
yeah.
he's doing well. You know, he's getting ornerier and ornerier. You know, he's testing the boundaries of what I'll take. He does pretty. He's fun though. It's a good time to have one, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Oh, gosh.
Oh, jeez.
Perfect timing to train him.
Oh, yeah.
That
The
power-
weather.
You have to socialize him though, don't you?
Yeah, he's a puppy though. He doesn't need much socializing. He just does it on his own.
Rile him up. Yeah.
Yeah, just keep him away from other people though. 'Cause, usually it'd be all over us. Be all over your new puppy and stuff, kids and stuff. And now we have to just
I
stay
know.
away.
That's sad.
Yeah. I don't know when it's going to change though either.
Not for a while, I bet.
I think the baseball season's over.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't even know if they can be able to have a football season. Then what are you going to do up in Michigan, right? No football. No nothing.
Oh, there's hunting and fishing up here.
Oh, okay. And drinking. Another sport.
The party stores, they're already drive-throughs, so I'm sure that's doing well.
Oh, the drive-throughs are still going on? Yeah?
I never knew a state to have that.
Yeah. I think Ohio has it.
Oh,
Their
really?
drive-through beer thing. I remember that from college and stuff. Very strange. Anyway, I'll start thinking about these toes, how I can get them in here.
I wonder if they'll have those plein air events or if they will be canceled.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a shame too, because that would be relatively safe if you could not, be near people.
Yeah. There's one that we were going to go in Easton, Maryland in July.
Yeah.
And we have reservations. Brody and I have a cabin.
A cabin?
Uh-huh.
Or
Well, yeah, my girlfriend and her dog are staying in the RV, and Brody and I have a cabin.
Oh,
And
family plan.
we haven't paid and everything. We just want to go watch the artists.
There you go. That's nice.
Would be nice. That'd be really nice.
Easton,
Yeah.
Maryland. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like, yeah, all the vacation plans are going to be kind of really screwed up for a while. I don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah. I'm going with a couple
That's
parks
looking-
here. Dark
So you're
right
going
in.
with more white on that forepaw, that right leg?
This one?
The very
that-
front, the front one, yeah.
Yeah, I went with a little more white. And I seen a little oranger right here in this one spot. It's really cool. Didn't put it in yet. Here, let me clean my brush because my brush got a little dirty. There's right on top of this paw to shape it, the round, a little bit of blue, a little lighter than that even. In the same value. It's really cool. Start thinking about putting that in. Find where I can put it. Got me thinking there, Andrew. You got me thinking. Thank you. Now I start to cut into all these areas here. I don't know where I can use this blue here. Probably right across this chest, right in here. There's probably just a little bit of blue in here hiding away. Right before the highlights. Maybe up in here too. Probably in the ear. So, yeah. Not much else going on here, huh? Just a little more. So, I'm going to put in just a few highlights. Not going to go too far because they're just going to get ruined anyway. Well, I can put them in right here on this ear. Now it all comes down to like concentration here. Now I do have to concentrate. Start thinking about designing this cat's face out a little bit, making sure I have it right. Yes. More dark right underneath the chin a little bit. Okay, that'll work. All right. Let's see. I gotta put some darts back in here. It just looks like it can move in just a little bit. We get that orange right in here, and got to do some put in a little bit of background just to catch up to get some things going here. I'll put that orange in I want. I got that orange on. I'm going to put it in this corner here.
Oops.
What?
Oh, I dropped something.
I mess up?
I did.
You did. What'd you do?
I dropped a piece of paint.
Oh, yeah, you messed up.
Yep.
I've never dropped any paint. Never, ever, ever. See?
Could I believe that?
Come on. Come on.
I love your cat.
You know, so far, he's coming along. I'm not going to, he's going to kind of very pretty loose on this one.
He's got the look, too, like he's watching something.
Yeah, just get that little movement. He's a pretty good simple shape and stuff. I like him. I'm just gonna put in a little bit of gray here in these guys. Bring it in. It's not the right brush. Just gonna cover in a little bit of that. You change brushes, go with a bigger brush. Now, start thinking about some of the background in here and stuff. I have to pull it down for a second. I'm gonna say about, just keep it dark back in here. Dark back in here, and I'll lighten it up. Uh-oh. They're coming for us.
Laundry.
Oh, jeez.
I forgot that's your phone. That's funny. You probably don't even hear that, do you?
I hear it.
I know, you probably don't even, you're so used to it, right?
Is it your laundry?
Your clock or... She's not even going to answer. Carol's not even going to answer because she's so used to it. You can't be talking about me.
I'm concentrating.
So I'm just going in with a kind of a really dark, this is that alizarin and in green, phthalo green right here. And I'm just going to use it as kind of an undertone. And I'm going to paint back into it, but I just want to give my next colors and stuff something to be cohesive with this. Just going to see about getting this cat's nose in. Okay. Okay. All right. The hard stuff done. Nothing but the easy stuff now. This bristle, like it just leaves so much, you know, the bristles just show so much compared to my synthetics. So
Yeah,
I guess it's one of my big, huh?
It makes it look like the barn board. It gives it the grain.
It does the grain for you pretty much.
Right.
That's why it's something underneath it first to give this, give it something to play off of, or else they wouldn't have this effect. So it's really, you almost got to kind of measure, kind of mix your colors ahead of time in your head here a little bit. You know what colors you're going to need to mix together. They're going to end up being together here.
Oops.
Back in and get that there. For a second, a little redder on the outside here. So that would. So I have a little cat red to it right in here. Well, the basics done now. I'd say pretty much it's, you know, seared this good block in. And now I'm going to go in and put the highlights in back in the cat, you know. Start to think about which way the fur goes and how to do it. A lot of times I'll just be able to do a lot of this work with my finger. Just because that's probably one of your best brush for this kind of stuff. Bringing back that chest a little bit.
That barn board in the back has a real good color to it.
You like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm not gonna. Sometimes it's the best thing you do is just put it in with a big bristle, let her kind of, you know, get that color underneath it, because there's some greens and there's some blues on top of it, but there's some grays in there. So you get those guys in early, you know, it makes it easier for you. I don't want, the simpler I can paint the background, probably the more this guy will stand out. If there's only just a few spots where you hit a couple pieces of wood, I'm not going to worry about the rafters that are above the up in here. That's just too much to worry about. Think about. You don't have to be in there. But I mean, just that, you know, just draw a couple lines and feel good enough about the you know, the way it's looking and stuff, knowing that the ones that I have to, you know, that make any have to be touched at all really are the front ones. If I can nail those, everything in the back, you know, will sit down, and I won't have to worry about. I mean, because I think everything will be said in these, you know, in these areas here. And I'll get on those fairly quick, just as I get my highlights, trying to get the final finish a few more lines here. Didn't get much green. That's pretty good though. That's spot right color. As long as I didn't use too much oil, it doesn't just drip later on. A little bit lighter underneath the belly. Right here. A little bit of blue. I would say anywhere you can find to use a blue when you paint this guy, it's going to be really feel right, because it's going to go really good with this guy, the rest of his body. So in the background in here, you want to push some of these lighter blues, the pink, you know, the periwinkle type blues here. You know, you go ahead and do it. I mean, really, try to. I mean, in that barn, you can find some decent places to put it and stuff. You know, right in the rafters and stuff, and a couple good strokes here and there. You know, right behind his back here. It's a really good spot for putting in some, making sure your blues work good. And if you just basically taking, you know, make sure you follow the kind of the grain of the wood here a little bit with a flat stroke, and just pull it through and stuff here and there. It'll do all the work for you. Good brush will do most of this work. And anyway, this stuff's That's why I like painting barnwood. It's so kind of easy. Isn't it right, Lisa? Right? Just easy.
Mhm.
Hey, Lisa knows what I'm talking about. She knows what I'm talking about.
I'm just trying to keep up.
Keep up.
Mhm.
You can try. I'm gonna go and lighten this area up here down just a couple degrees. I think I'm gonna use some of that bleached white I put out earlier. Just throw it into some of this really dark piece of this I used for this other area. This what is it? Phthalo green and alizarin mix. And
Is that bleach white something new?
yeah, I haven't used it too much. I mean, yeah, it's kind of just a beigey thing here.
Never
I
heard
use
of
it just, yeah. Somebody picked it up, told me about it at one of these conventions I go to.
Oh,
And, you know, they had it on their palette and they were, you know, pretty famous artists. So you go, okay, if they have it on their palette, I'll look at it on mine and see what it does. I put it on here every once in a while. I use it. I don't, you know, look for it or anything. I guess I probably could do without it. I mean, if there was like a color to get it off my palette and stuff, we'd probably do that. Don't really need it. I mean, like I said, I could make it with, since I know what it is and what it does and stuff, I can, you know, if I made up a burn umber and blue and just in white, I'd probably get that same tone. I'm just going to keep going over to here, same color. I don't even clean my brush. I just let the brush, you know, go as far as it can without and mixing each time it mixes. Just a nice stroke and letting it just come off, knowing that stroke has to come from the bottom going up, you know, and then just paying attention. I think of what's really happening with the paint and stuff. Not going too fast, trying to go too fast, which is, you know, what I usually do, but also to just pay attention a little bit more when I work, seeing what's going on with the paint stuff, because sometimes the nicest stuff happens. I got to get my brush. Making up some kind of a green orange here, just to get here on these little spots here, kind of green and just maybe a little bit of red in here too.
oh, that looks good.
Yeah, just to bring out that spot right there. Is this edge a little bit. Now I'm getting to the point where my marks start to make count here. Just a little redder, a little orangier. Yeah, I just liked what I liked about this cat. I mean, I like the cat. And I like the coloring of the fence and the cat together. So,
Do you know the cat's name?
Patches, probably. We had a cat just like this calico, you know, almost like the same kind of markings and stuff. And I painted her a few times, and then she was just just fun to paint color-wise and stuff, because you can get away with a lot of good mixes and interesting mixes and stuff. You know, let your brush strokes work a little bit. I'm just trying to get them bright enough here and there. They pop out. Coming, it's coming. It's a little more blue up in here.
Wow.
Just got to fix that face a little bit. Bring it back, push it back in a little here and there. There we go. Get the ears right. Get that. One of the things I like about is getting that translucency in that ear and stuff. Being able to see into that ear. I'm going to try some. What is that? Cad orange and cad yellow mix together, and then cut it with some white. See if I can get this transparency. As being able to see through this ear right up here. Get it the right. That'll work. It's pretty close, in fact.
What size canvas is that?
This is a 20 by 16. Sometimes the bigger canvases, you know, a decent sized one like this and stuff, it makes it easier to paint.
No,
If I use a big brush, it does a lot of work. Can get a lot, give more room for a nice twist like that to work on. And you know, I do love doing 12 by 16s and stuff. I really like doing those because they're beautiful. Just a nice easy day paint, you know, a couple hours paint and stuff. But I think for you guys to be able to see things and see the strokes better, you know, that's why I'm doing them just a hair bigger and stuff.
we appreciate it.
Yeah, I figure, you know, especially at the end if I'll bring it in here at the end and show you some more strokes and stuff. What I'm kind of thinking of, what I was thinking about and stuff. But now the paint is, you know, really starting to build up. Now it's getting really fun. And I should start getting this stuff. Now I can start looking at these colors and I go, you know, I can see a phthalo mixed in with this light blue, you know, like right in here. Just a little blue greenish tint right in here into this color right there. Oh, that's right. That's, you know, sometimes I'm right. That's amazing.
Would you like us to tell your wife?
Don't. My wife would not believe. Don't. Yeah, she don't work on her.
Well, you know, you get one a year.
He was right. He was right. I don't even use it right back here on the back paw here. I use the blue on the front here, but I want to use just a little bit of that phthalo, white and blue. This really, I can't, you know, it's almost just so light. It would be nice to get in here. It kind of doesn't, especially right up here. I think it's not going to jump out as much as this blue was. If I put this kind of a green, it kind of already has yellow in it and goes with this orange pretty nicely. On a few spots to squish it in here. Yeah, just doing a fur like this, you know, basically it's just following the direction of the fur. I don't really do too much after that. I just look at it and see the strokes as they go like that. And then these highlights back here, you can see just a little bit of red in there, and that is just white and just a little bit of cobalt, or not cad red in it, cad red light. I use it right in that highlight a little bit more. It just doesn't want to. I think I'm going too much make it go into one direction. Sometimes you got to go against the direction stuff too. You know, and just go against it. Just push it all away. Just screw it, because it becomes just too much like a highway. I will keep saying that. Just too much of the same thing. Even a beautiful stroke can be lost because of you just overdid it. So. You know, sometimes going against the grain works best. Right, Lisa? Of course.
Uh-huh.
Going against the grain, you know that. You know what it's all about. Just that little bit of rim lining on him. And I'll go back in, I'll put in some stripes, put in his eyeballs, and God, what else we're gonna do today? I guess I could start a new one. I guess it was like a time to start a new one.
Yeah.
You're not even painting. How can you? That's just a hair too white.
Is anybody doing anything special for Easter?
Yeah.
Not a thing.
Kind of thing. I know.
I know. Fancy meal?
Yeah.
Probably not if the kids aren't coming over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And would just
have to.
Right? Yeah. My wife's off tomorrow and she goes, yeah. So what am I going to do?
Mm. Is she working?
Well, yeah, she's still working. She just has to work from home, which isn't too bad, she says. Just seems like her days are a lot longer, she says, though, because they get more out.
The puppy.
Yeah. Try to get her to do. So maybe I can get her to do that. Play with that puppy. It's not gonna work there. All right. I'm gonna get a couple more of these things in here. Go around here. I think it's a little brighter down there, here and there. Just right back to this spot here, a little bit brighter. Get these. Came down with this. I don't mind it down there too much. Make sure this guy doesn't end up too much. Just a little bit of warmth there too. Yeah, not bad. A little warmth right in here. Just a couple spots. I see some yellows and stuff coming in. What I don't want to do here, though, definitely is start getting a little muddy and stuff just by overworking it. So just start taking it easy. I'm gonna have to finally go down to my next brush. That was all done with my number 12 brush and stuff. That's my big brush. See how big that is?
Mm-hmm.
You know how big that is?
Big,
Mhm.
big,
Big brush, my big brush.
big brush.
Now I will cut down and just go with my knife here. You know, go with my knife and just put in a few spots here of light. Sometimes the way the knife works and stuff, sometimes it's really interesting just to be able to put a scraping of paint in there and stuff, and does everything you want. Like right on his nose here. That's all I wanted. Thinking about the nose, thinking about this. That's what I was thinking about the knife for, just being able to lay this right on that ridge of that nose. Just cutting it in there. Just missed it though. It didn't come off. Well, come on. I'm at a bad angle. Hey, see the way it's coming off all right. Drag it up just a hair when I put it in. Put it on the line and just drag it up to here. You can do this with a brush too. So sometimes it's always just more paint. More paint. That's what it's calling for. Boy, look at the footsies tonight. I just dropped my knife. Let's use another one. Go to the next knife. More brighter rim light. Okay. Go here. Almost nine. More, another 2 hours. I think we got it, right?
Okay, you got 5 minutes.
5 minutes to finish?
Yeah.
5 minutes. Can I do it in 5? I tell you, everybody, if you got time, check out that British show, the Portraits of the Year. It's on YouTube though, but I keep thinking, Portraits of the Year. It's been done a couple of years now, but it's really cool. It's kind of nice to watch. And it's kind of like the Great Bake Off, British Bake Off.
Oh
show.
yeah,
But
I like that show.
But it's done for artists and stuff. Pretty cool.
Do you know what day it's on?
It's on all the time. I mean, you can get it. It's on you. It's just YouTube. If you can find it, search that on YouTube and you'll find it.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. Like I said, when I put in this cat's eyeball, I want to do it pretty simple too. I didn't even think about that. I guess I got doing everything else, moving it and stuff. Now I think I'll put that in real quick. I say real quick. I got the spot, I think. I just gotta draw it in. I'm just gonna draw it in with my knife. Put a little cad red right in the corner here. And right here at the bottom. And just a little lighter orange right there. And right above the mark. Then a blue highlight. That can be a blue highlight, but I think I'm going to make it kind of a purple. And put that in right here. And then some CAD red with blue, very first mix. My very first mixes here. Put it in for the eye to scratch again. One little thing, that's all you need. I'll get the, I like putting in my details with this guy because he keeps me from getting too tight, keeps me from over tightening, which is always a problem when you're that loose. It's how tight you come back and stuff. Oh, this is fun. This is fun. I just got to go back and make sure I got some drawing better, right? A couple decent marks of guys. Let me put them in with a smaller brush. I think I'm going to go to. I'm going to put them in really light. I'm not going to let them, you know, just kind of let the brush kind of drift, trying to find out where it goes. And then blend it in just a hair, but not too much the same size.
Here it is, the chimes.
That's it. We can't go. We gotta stay. We gotta finish. Gotta get this drawing right. A little red in that. And just a little bit. That's it. Put it in its mouth. Anybody still here? I'm all by myself.
Yep, yep.
And Andrea hasn't said a word lately. I
Yeah.
think she's gone.
I'm here.
No, I'm here.
Huh? You're there? Okay.
I just
Got people here. I just thought it was.
background. I'm trying to work on the cat, but I'd love to see what you do with the close-up of the face.
I
Yeah.
have no idea. I'm painting it from a side view here, so there might be some good corrections to make.
And the lighting is really beautiful, how it shines on his fur.
Yeah, I'm not really trying too hard to go by its markings too much now. Just gonna, get a few more in here and just, put them in with a stroke and then go back in and, change that stroke up a little bit. You're gonna find a lot of red probably in those lines and stuff. Just put them in fun. Keep it fun and you'll be fine. Think about it, I mean, they really are pretty equally spaced, so it's not like a big too hard. You set the first ones up. This brush pretty much is going to do most of the damage. I'm not going to. I'll just soften them up. I don't want to do too much too hard. Get too complicated. It's complicated quickly. It's like doing a tree where you just did too many branches all of a sudden. Which you don't find that out till you look back and you go, hang on, I could have been done a half an hour ago. I liked it better a half hour ago because,
It's pretty.
I'm just gonna go a little redder up, a little warmer up top there. These lines here just need to be a little too cool, just a little stronger here and there. Just a little bit too much. And there we go. So you're gonna try this one there, Jane?
I don't know.
No?
I don't know. Not sure.
I just showed you how to do it.
Oh my God, you're magic.
I don't know. It's just always been kind of easy painting and stuff. I just always just understood it. How colors are gonna have to go together and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, the thing is, just trying to get the lights and the darks to behave together. So, and I got a little bit of a glare here, so I'm just working around it here. Just pretty much it. If anything, I'm just going to put a little cat red right here on the edge of his tail, right in here, trying to get it to lighten up. Just this one spot here. Make it pop. Then bring back this stroke here. Now it's a little strong cad red. I think that this spot's too bright, too dark. Darken it up just a little, lighten it up a little bit. Okay. What do you guys think?
That's fabulous.
I
Okay.
love
I love how you did the striations of the cat fur.
And then in here?
Yeah. Are you
Uh,
take over with that blue-red mix here and there with a little ochre or something?
yeah, well, it's a thing is you just keep putting it in. I started off, it was, what color I used, no, I used the same color I used in the barn, and that was that alizarin and phthalo mix with just a little bit of white and stuff. And it was, just on the red side, just a little more alizarin in it. And it was doing, because they're both cools, but the red just kind of reacts just a little goofy sometimes when you add the white to it and stuff. So it kind of went from here all the way down, and you can just see how it mixed. It's really kind of cool because there's some nice, really interesting warms in here. Here, let me bring it up close for you guys. In 1 second here. Take this down. That works. Now, I'll bring it in for a close-up on the cat.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yay.
Wow.
Oh, you got it into the other ear. That's neat. You really got a neat angle on the face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that blue that
see
you
that?
put in the white, that worked out well.
Yeah. See, and then you see the green.
Right.
I just added, just since I had that color, just added just a touch of phthalo to it, and it got that kind of saw in here. It goes really great with that oranges and the yellows and stuff. Back in here too. I think I still got to bring this up right here, just to highlight, just a little bit stronger yet, but it's pretty close. It's pretty close.
Perfect.
Some
Love it.
stuff here needs more work, but it's simple enough to get you.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
This back out without breaking my
The cat.
camera. Oh, it's gone. Anyway. Yeah, now I'm gonna have to go in now and really use these highlights to finish the drawing and stuff. But since I'm drawing at such kind of a bad angle, I'll figure it out.
You'll have to look at it tomorrow
Yeah.
with a new eye.
bit. Yeah, a fresh eye will help out a lot.
Right.
Isn't that
Right.
true?
Oh, I tell you, I'm sure this probably it looks better than it. This line here probably will look totally different tomorrow. So maybe I'm going, no, that doesn't work at all. So anyway, that's what I got done.
That looks great.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I tell you what I have, but I'm not even close to what.
You guys want to show me anything? Who wants to show me stuff?
I don't know.
Come on, Andrea, you coming up?
I'm trying to just get the barnwood, but it's so hard.
Let me see. Where's Andrea? Come on. There you go. Oh, look at that.
Oh, wow.
Look at that. Okay, a little bit. Pull it back a little bit farther.
Let's see. Maybe get a different light on it.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
that's a really great start.
I don't know if I warmed up the front log enough with respect to the highlights on the cat. It's almost the same tone as just a shade in the background. On the
Yeah. That's the thing is to watch. I think you could probably push the background. I think it's the background got to be pushed back a little bit to a couple degrees. And that's where I said try to find the blue. That's where you use that light blue and white and stuff,
Right.
and just a little bit, and just that will help out
Okay.
And you don't have the highlights in yet on the back too. That's gonna be really nice.
Okay. Whoa.
You're done. Don't lose it.
Okay, I won't. All right. wait. Stop it. Okay.
That looks great. Thanks, Andrea.
Sure. Well, thank you. It was great. Still got
Oh, yeah. All right. Who else? Anybody else want to show?
I'm trying to figure out my camera. Okay,
Yeah.
I did too small
Yeah.
of a canvas. So I smashed his butt in and I am regretting it.
Come on, show it. Let us be
trying.
in charge. Let me
This,
see, make you host here. Let me see.
Oh, hold on. He's in my background. Oh,
Oh,
hold on.
oh, look at that.
All
Look
right,
at
we don't
that.
have Zoom figured out yet.
No, that's okay, but
Sorry.
that's you. I knew that would come out. This is right up your alley, isn't it?
It is, except I needed a bigger canvas. I tried to smash his butt.
Yeah.
So let me see if I can. There he is.
Oh, yeah. No. That looks okay. His butt doesn't look too bad at all. I kind of like, yeah, he could, okay. Yeah, you could, when you put he's going to be cropped a little just a little bit.
He looks like a
you're
cat.
drunk.
So
Boy,
cute.
maybe you should be teaching this class.
I don't think so.
Oh, that's a really
though.
feels soft already. You really went quick.
He's forgiving.
Good job. Yeah.
For sure.
You did very nice.
Doesn't want to focus. So there he is.
That's okay. That's great. Anybody else? Carol?
Once I learn how to do it, I could do it. I could show you, but not right now. But
you don't have your video turned on. What you'd have to do is go up, just take your finger and go up to the top of your screen, or are you on the iPad, right?
Right.
Yeah, just take your finger and the menu will drop down if when it feels your finger near the top of the screen there. And then there's this right by the microphone, you probably have a red camera. If you click on that, just touch that red camera, your camera will come on.
I'll find out how to do it by next time.
I wanted to see. You got to take pictures and send them to me.
Oh, well, that I'd have to learn too.
Okay.
But it was great, and you are terrific.
Oh, thanks. So, these are getting a little bit better every time and stuff. But, this.
Something to shoot for.
Yeah. It's always something
For
different.
us, not for you.
I'm going to, the things I can see left to do on here, probably the highlights on the top of the wood here, to finish those guys off. And then, go back in and really, look at these eyes and stuff. I probably made his eyes just a touch too big and stuff like that. And his nose is coming out a little bit kind of goofy and stuff. Things to look at tomorrow when I get at it and stuff. But right now, it's just too much touchy feely right now, too wet. So, all right, we good?
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night.
Now,
Bye.
we'll see you guys all next
Bye.
week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.